All right, it is October 6th, 2023, if I need to say that. Yeah, I'll keep this one pretty short today. Work stuff is going to be a mix of absolutely insane and really relaxed. And the reason for that is I go to Hawaii next week, so work's going to be very easy. But we are literally entering this happens every time, this dual phase of like planning work for upcoming semesters, plus review with people for performance and alignment and things like that. So these things always get double stacked, and it gets completely crazy in terms of like um, the amount of like time invested and just feeling overloaded in every possible way, right? When it's just planning or just the other, it can be a lot, but both is it's chaos. So that's coming up. Technically, it's just started, but I have Hawaii for next week. So really, the way I'm looking at it is like it's going to be a problem for me when I come back, but I have to enjoy my vacation. So that's work. I'll keep it really short. Dev leader stuff. I mentioned in the last video I have a thing that I am working towards in December. So just started getting that underway. I'm still keeping it under wraps, I suppose, but I'm really excited for this. Haven't done anything like this before, so it's going to be a really interesting opportunity. If it goes well, I want to keep doing more of it. I I'm not in a position where I'm doubting myself or anything, or like I think it's not going to work, but I guess it's more of a situation of like I have high expectations for myself, and I want to make sure that I can achieve that. And uh, because of how this is set up, it's kind of like the only way to do better is to do a similar thing in the future and just hope that I can improve and iterate. So yeah, I'm just really excited for that. It's probably going to put me in a situation where I can't put out as many videos as I'm doing per week. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I'm hoping that I can accommodate the amount of time and effort that has to go into this in other ways, because I'd like to keep that video cadence up. I think it's important, but that might be something that has to briefly fall back. It doesn't help that I'm going on vacation as well, which is already going to interrupt that. But that's I mean, it's vacation. I need to be able to do that too. Um, so doing that. Otherwise on the dev leader stuff, I think been having a really good kind of streak with subscriber growth, and so I'm really pleased about that. Um, I think what's happening is a lot of educational content is like search related, right? Like people go look for topics and then they find your stuff. And YouTube in general, if you're not a content creator, if you try like doing some research and learning about creating content for YouTube, it is like every single thing is hyper focused on grabbing attention. So people will say, regardless of your niche that you're in, you need like eye-catching thumbnails, eye-catching titles. You need to hook people. It's all about getting like that short attention span from people and drawing them into your video. That's it. Like it's like 99%. And then you'll have people say, "Oh no, but it still needs to be about the content, because without the content, it's like, it doesn't actually matter." So you have two things that like are the most important part, but the reality is, I mean, both are important. If you have garbage content, like people like the people that are tricked into viewing your video are never going to come back. You're not going to build a proper following, but the reality is you could have the best content in the world, and if people can't discover it, so searching is one way, it's just very delayed. But if people aren't discovering it because they're not clicking your thumbnails and stuff, or it's not getting shared for any other way, your videos will never get watched. So that's why people focus so much on one and the other. I totally lost my train of thought about what I was trying to say there with respect to the, the videos and the content creation. But yeah, I think I was trying to get at the fact that I've had a pretty good sort of subscriber base growing like consistently. Oh, I was talking about search and how it's delayed. So some of the analytics are showing videos that I put out within the last couple months are now getting traction. So I'm assuming people are searching for those topics, or they're looking at related things in the browse functionality of YouTube, and then my videos are being suggested and they're coming across it. So um, again, the idea that the thumbnail and the title is hooking people still very important and relevant, because in browsing, if you had a crappy title and crappy thumbnail, YouTube's going to suggest it and people are going to not click it, right? So it's always applicable, but I guess I'm just starting to realize that I'm having this like lagging effect of content going out and people finally getting to it. That's been pretty cool. I have had a mix recently of videos that I put out that I think have done either very well on the first day. Like the one I put out this morning is a 1 out of 10. So in YouTube framing, it's out of the last 10 videos is number one in terms of how it's performing so far, which is great. You always want to have a 1 out of 10. But I've in the past 2 weeks or so, I've had a mix of like 1 or 2 or 3 out of 10s, and then the others have been the exact opposite, like 10 out of 10. So just abysmal in terms of like people clicking it, people hanging around, like. And what's interesting is I don't think there's anything like worse about those videos or even better about the ones doing well. So it's always a learning thing. It might even be that because the channel's so small, when YouTube is showing these videos to people, the initial audience it picks to show it to, not interested. And it might later go sample another audience, and maybe that's when it'll pick something up. Um, but the way I look at it is like I think the content's valuable personally. I think it's educational, and if it's not landing, that sucks. If I don't have the right thumbnail and title, that sucks. But I'm still hopeful for the people that do come across it that it helps in some way. So I don't look at it like a total loss. Final thing on dev leader stuff, just because I thought it was a really relevant and cool kind of topic. Someone had commented on a video saying that I say the word actually like a ridiculous amount. And a couple things. One, I posted about this on LinkedIn, but not to draw attention and like flame this person. They're totally anonymized, but talked about like sharing feedback and ways to do this. So having a low trust, low respect relationship, like this is an anonymous person to me, basically. It's not really a great way to deliver feedback. You should think about that in the workplace as well with your teammates and colleagues. But you can actually get away with really direct, blunt feedback like that in a high trust, high respect relationship. It's called radical candor. It's actually super helpful because it really gets the point across to someone, but it does require high trust and high respect. So I thought that was just a neat example. And to be completely honest, the next video that I recorded after getting that feedback, I was editing it and I went, oh my God, I say actually way too often. Like that's all I could hear. So now it's up here. Now I got to do something about it actually. So that's all the dev leader stuff. Meal coach, moving along, pumping out articles like crazy, trying to get traffic to the site. It's working. It's slow. I mean, that's how SEO is going to work. It's slow, but we're going from having like zero impressions on Google to I think as of like 5 days ago because it's lagging. I think it's like 1,300 per day, which is cool. Few clicks. We're talking like single digits still. It's tiny, um, but that's up from zero. So it's doing what it needs to do. We're gonna keep at it. And last night, one of the coaches was saying, um, like every time I see him, he's like, "Oh man, like no, I still got to get to it. I haven't forgotten." And last night he said, "I'm making meal plans for clients tonight, so I'll let you know how it goes." And I could see through the analytics that he at least logged in. I haven't gone to snoop around to see like how much he's done, but um, that's what we need. We need the feedback, so we're gonna start with that. That's a positive sign. So nothing really interesting to add on top of that, of course. Just like wanted to let people know like that the content machine continues to go. So we'll stay up to date on that and see how the sort of the experiment goes in terms of driving traffic. So I think that's it. I wanted to keep it short. Again, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy seeing a little bit about what's going on in my life. So take care for now, and we'll see you next time. Not next week, because I'll be in Hawaii the week after. Take care.